If you're looking for a really easy and fun, entertaining idea, why not try an antipasto platter? It comes together in minutes. Most of the stuff is purchased, so you don't have to worry about it being a heavy lift, and everybody loves them. So there's just a couple things that you're going to want to make just so that they're fresh and delicious. You can actually buy marinated bocconcini, but I'm marinating my own. I have 1 pound of bocconcini, which are these little tiny mozzarella balls. To that, add some chopped parsley. You can really flavor these however you want. And like I said, you can buy bocconcini marinated, but I do like to add just a little bit of my own touch to these things. So I'm doing it myself. Some hot pepper flakes and some olive oil, about 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil with some salt and pepper. That's it. If you want to add more flavor, go ahead. Add some fresh or dried oregano or marjoram or thyme, maybe a sprig of rosemary. I mean, you can really go crazy if you want to. But this is very nice and simple. It's a great way to just add your own touch to something like this, where pretty much everything is store-bought. Also, some roasted red peppers. You can buy them in a jar. You can roast your own and peel them and marinate them with just a little bit of sliced garlic. I like to slice the garlic not too far ahead of time because I find that it can get a little bit stale. So slice up your garlic right before your party and add to your roasted red peppers. Cube up some cheese. This is a Pecorino Romano. You can choose whatever cheeses you like. I like to do a combination of mild, like the mozzarella cheese, and something a little sharper, like this Pecorino Romano, or another Pecorino. Sometimes you can find sort of less aged Pecorinos, which is the sheep's cheese. I also have some provolone, which can be either aged or a little bit more mild. That's to your taste. And you want to cut those into cubes. I'm cutting the Pecorino into smaller cubes than the provolone because it's a much stronger flavored cheese, and you may not want to get quite as much all at once, so maybe 1/2-inch cubes for the Pecorino. You can use Parmesan if that's your preference, also really delicious. I don't think people eat little cubes of Parm as much as I think they should because they're super delicious. You want to serve a little bit of fruit on your platter. I have some fresh figs here that I'm going to cut in half, but dried fruit is really nice here as well. Like dried apricots are lovely on an antipasto platter. Anything that goes really nicely with a sweet and savory application like this. To line the platter or the board, you might want to use something. Today I have these beautiful Treviso radicchio leaves. You certainly don't have to line your platter, and everything that you're putting on here is so beautiful anyway. It's completely up to you. But if you want to, you can go ahead and get some leaves of radicchio ready. I'm going to build mine directly on a board. So I have a cutting board because I want to have lots of space for everything. You can arrange your leaves. I'm not going to line my whole board. Just maybe just to sort of cradle the olives or something like that. But if you want to use marinated olives, or you prefer one type of olive over the other, you can choose that, of course. This is just a mixture of olives. I find that you can find really great varieties at olive bars at like Whole Foods these days. You can really find pretty much anything. It's really nice. And then just arrange however you like. I have a couple things that I have in little bowls. I'm going to leave those in bowls. You don't have to put everything out all at once. This recipe for this platter calls for a nice amount of everything, but it's nice if you want to put out some and then refresh the bowls as they disappear. Everything will always look, very, very generous and not looking tired. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm adding some my bocconcini here. These are peppadew peppers. Same thing with the red peppers. You can arrange stuff directly on the board, but things that have a little bit of liquid should be separated, and I like to use little dishes. Any mismatched bowls work great. And then, let's see, some cheese. This is the provolone, a little pile of cheese. This is when your artistic side comes out, so don't fail. No, just kidding. There's no failing at this. It's super easy. So you can choose a variety of cured meat, some soppressata, some salami, some prosciutto. It's nice to give people an option of something that's like a little sweeter, a little spicier. The soppressata is a little bit spicy. Genoa salami. Some people roll these into little cornets. I thought that was a little fussy. But if that's your thing, you should do it. Some prosciutto. If you have a good deli nearby, I would suggest going to your deli and having them slice all of the meats fresh, but you can also get really, really good quality meats these days just packaged in the store. This is also a sopressata. It's more like a slightly sweeter sopressata. It's a little bit more tender, less dried out than the darker red one, so you can do a combination, but really the options are endless these days. You cannot believe the variety of cured meats and cheeses and all kinds of stuff that's out there and available. I just love this way to eat because cured meats are some of my favorite foods, and plus you get to sort of have endless varieties of combinations because there's so many different things all together out. Very, very beautiful, I think. Nestle the figs in amongst everything. They're both beautiful and delicious. They really add a nice touch. If you want to serve these with crackers or bread, like crostini is really nice, little crunchy bread. You can also serve it with breadsticks, which is how I'm serving mine. This looks really, really great. I'm gonna set all of this aside, keep it in the refrigerator, ready and waiting to replenish my board. But for now, I think this is a beautiful way to start off your party, and everybody's gonna really enjoy it, especially you, because it's so, so easy to put together. Enjoy.